Do you know that your challenges are not your identity? They are just your chapter. There is something I have come to realize of the pain we go through, the rejections, the heartbreaks, the financial stresses, the silent nights where we keep crying non-stop. They all feel so heavy that we start believing they define us. But let me tell you today, your challenge is not your identity. It's just your chapter. And a chapter doesn't tell the whole story. They just carry us to the next page. Maybe you're watching or listening this and wondering if your life will ever change. Maybe you've made peace with the idea that where you are now is all you will ever be. But deep down, you still carry that hope. You still wish someone would just say, you are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not what happened to you. So let me be your voice today. My name is Doreen Acham, the inspirational, and let's talk about this. Your challenges are not your identity. Have you noticed how people love giving you names based on your seasons, our situations, based on our circumstance? Example, she's divorced, he's broke, they are struggling, but they never say she's healing or he is getting better. They never say he's into a phase, and they never say she is going to be fine or he is going to be fine. They never say he is rebuilding. Even they are still showing up. That could be a better way to express someone, not by names, but if you carry on those names and put them into your heart, they will manifest who you are. But reject those names and carry on. This world loves to define us by names, and they love to define us by your wounds that are occurring or recurring or ongoing. But God defines you by your potential. I remember reading about Oprah Winfrey. I watched her actually last week before I came up with this coming out of my comfort zone. She was actually told that she is unfit to be a TV presenter, maybe because of her color, maybe because of her, she didn't even reflect the potential that she can do it. People have that tendency of looking at us and thinking that you cannot do it. But imagine right now presenting her label, which is amazing and great. How about us if we move out of that comfort zone and we label ourselves with the word, yes, we can do it, despite the names that have been given us, despite the labels that have been labeling us, labeled on us. And we come out of that comfort zone. We come out of that scary phase of fearing of what people are gonna say. But we say we have our own label, and our own label is, yes, we can do it. She was born to do it. She sat there and imagined, she pictured, she reflected, and she saw that she can do it. But instead, she turned the page. She turned the mockery the other way around. She believed in herself. Do you believe in yourself? You should believe in yourself to know that these challenges are just promoting you to the next chapter. They are not your last chapter. Your last chapter is when you are going down the grave. But as long as you're still living, you still have the next chapter. So let me be honest. Life has seasons. That's the truth. When you don't even recognize yourself anymore, it's true. I have been there. I was tired. I was broken, raising my kids, feeling invisible in a job that doesn't value you. And sometimes I would ask, why me, Doreen? Why me? But I realized what I'm going through isn't about personal. It's about a purposeful meaning that I have to fulfill. I was broken down. I was torn. I had money, but all the money disappeared. I was really rejected. I suffered hatred. Tried to pursue my dream, but I kept on seeing that I cannot do it. Voices kept speaking within me that I cannot do it. People kept looking at me that I cannot do it. But inside me still there was a bigger voice that is telling me,
Yes, Doreen, you can still rise up. Even out of what you have come out, you can still rise up. Get out your broken pieces. Don't hate yourself. You can still rise up. Forget the criticism. Forget what has been said. But you can still rise up. And that is what I'm doing right now. Not everything we go through is meant to break us. Some things are allowed to build us silently. In those silent moments when you're crying, in those silent moments when you're looking for help and there was no help, in those silent moments when you're homeless, when you have nothing to eat, you are one amazing person that can look into your mirror and tell yourself, yes, I can do it. Because keeping silent will not help you. Rise up and make your purpose a purposeful meaning. Defy the odds and tell yourself, yes, you can. Let me tell you about J.K. Rowling. That is an example that I want to share with you. The woman who created Harry Potter. Do you know that she was a single mother like me? She was broken, living on government assistance. She wrote in cafes because she couldn't afford it. Nobody believed in her, but she kept writing. In those broken moments, in those places where she had no place to stay, she kept and believed in herself that yes, she can do it. But right now and today, the world knows her work. She is one amazing woman that everyone is admiring because she did not let her struggles define her worth. That is the same thing that is happening to me and you right now. You are a man, you are a woman looking at yourself thinking that how can this be? Get the broken pieces and let the 1,000 times be a legendary meaning that you're gonna leave behind. We shouldn't let our limitations define us. No. Maybe you're not famous. Maybe you do not have a big following. You are even not known. Maybe you're a single mother or you're a single father, waking up to feed your kids, going to work exhausted and still dreaming of a better life, exhausted at work, earning less. You don't know how to gather and put things together. I mean, you feel stuck. You want to inspire, you want to speak, but you think you would even, or who would even listen? I would listen to you, and someone out there is waiting for your voice. You don't need a fancy camera or a studio. Right now, as I'm recording to you right now, I'm sitting at the balcony with my phone camera, not fancy stores, because I saw that my limitations will not break me or will not tear me down. I am speaking to you with just my voice and a single image on the screen that you see right now. You don't need to have it all figured together. You do not need everything around you figured out together. You just need to show up as you are. The world needs your rawness and kept together until it becomes fruitful, until it becomes that ripe, that sweetness, that thing that can bring out the sweetest juice out of it for people to consume. More than your perfection. Do not look at your imperfections, because those are the things that are tearing you down. Looking at your beauty, looking at your wardrobes, looking at what you do not have. Start with what you have right now. I want you to think about your life as a book that will be read for the next generation, a legacy to leave behind. What if the chapters you are in right now, the hard ones, the hard situations, the pains, the dark moments that you are right now, is the very one that will give your testimony a power? Have you ever imagined that? When I sat down and reflected on what is limiting me, and I saw that these hard moments could be my testimony tomorrow, that is why I said, no, Doreen, I have got to rise up out of my comfort zone. What I don't have, I don't have. But what I have, I'm gonna put it to use. And that is what I am doing right now. What if your current mess is going to be someone else's hope or story. Have you ever imagined that? Like, for example, I will give you a scenario: the clothes that you don't like, and it comes a moment that you find someone on the streets doesn't have clothes, and you gave them those clothes that you saw that they are not necessary in your life. Don't you think that person is going to bring a blessing into your life, and you'll say, oh wow, thank you for these clothing, or the food that you don't want to eat and you share it with someone out there? The person who is angry is gonna say, thank you very much. See, we cannot be limited by our limitations, and whatever we are sitting on, someone out there is waiting to have what they desire to have. So do not sit on your story. Who knows about Tyler Perry? Yeah, go and research about Tyler Perry. He was a homeless, abused, and sleeping in his car. Can you imagine? But he kept writing plays even when no one showed up. He kept speaking to an empty space, believing that one day he will attract crowds. He kept on speaking to himself and declaring to himself that yes, things are going to be better, despite the fact that I'm sleeping in cars, despite the fact that I'm sleeping in a homeless place or being abused. He believed in himself. That silent moment where he was writing plays, he was writing books, he was writing on papers, until now he owns a film studio bigger than the Disney's. That was the dream that Tyler Perry was building inside the closed doors, inside that car that he was sleeping in. He was building inside that homeless house where he was building inside that place where it was cold, where there was darkness. That's where imagination came in. When the light rose, he rose up and told himself that it's not going to be the end of me. He kept on writing, he kept on believing, and now he owns a film studio. Can you believe such kind of a person that was homeless has a capacity to do that? Where do you figure yourself in the next 10 years? Even Jesus, let's talk about Jesus. The greatest story ever told had a chapter called Gethsemane, a chapter called the cross. But that's not where it ended. Resurrection came. Your resurrection will come too. You don't have to be afraid of failure. What you do next after failure is what will define you. Everyone fails. It's gonna happen to you, to me. It's gonna happen to everyone. Instead of folding your hands and saying, I can't do it again, why not find the courage that tells you, what can I do this time differently? If you take anything from this today, take this. You are not stuck. You're still becoming. Your challenge is temporary. Your value is external. Don't let a bad moment steal a beautiful future out of you. To the one listening, keep writing your story. Keep writing your next chapters. Keep speaking your truth. Keep standing, even if your legs are shaking. Do not be afraid. Keep standing. And when you feel like nobody sees you, remember this. You are a reflection of your own strength. Just believe in yourself. You're going to be great tomorrow. And you're becoming something beautiful. Don't forget to subscribe if this has touched you. I'm just starting too as well as you're listening to me. But I believe our voices matters. Let's grow together, and together we will achieve our dreams. We are people of bigger dreams, people of great determinations, people who never give up. Don't give up. Do not let yourself fall down until you can't rise up. Believe in yourself that you can still rise up, and you will still rise up.